Hey, how you guys doing? Score Andy here, and today we have weights, so we are going to take you guys through weight training. Andy.
Yes. Today we are doing weight training basics.
Yes.
So we are going to do a lot of talking today.
A lot of talking.
Yeah, and especially just demonstrating how and why you need to use the correct form.
Yes.
Especially while in the gym, because we understand right now most gyms are open.
Yeah.
So from beginners to intermediate to advanced, people are hitting the gym.
Yes.
There are also people who are at home and they have some weights with them. So I just feel it's an opportunity for us to be able to show them some of the ways that you can be able to have the correct form while doing whatever you're doing at the gym.
Okay.
So today's show is going to be beneficial to everyone at whatever level that you're in. To just understand why we do what we do in the gym and how you can be able to build some muscle. Okay?
Yes.
So whether you are a lady, it doesn't matter. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Andy, this is Score. So we're going to start. Score, you can take us through the warm-up.
Sawa. Every time we keep saying you have to warm up, and as we say today, we're going to do a lot of talking because we need you guys to be keen on what we are saying and what we are doing. Sawa. And as always, I say we have to warm up. Whatever program you're on, you have to warm up. Andy, are you ready?
Sure.
I liked one of your warm-ups, so I'll steal that. So it's just hands back, it's a slight squat, and then you extend all the way up. Are you ready?
Sure.
Give me 10 counts, 3, 2, we start down, go, down, and fully extend on. Did I just say 1 or up? 2, 3, go, 4, watch your back, 5, as much as we are saying, lean back. We are not saying go all the way and be crazy. 7, 8, 2 more, Andy. 9, 1 more. All right, 10. Next, we are doing high knees, but we are not running. All right. I just need you to lift as high as you can. And the other side, let's go. 1. So what we are doing here, we are warming our hip abductors, adductors, the pelvic area. All right, because we are going to do squats. We're going to basically work on all the muscle groups in your body. There are probably 10 or 11. So you need to be with us. Don't be left behind. If you have bottles of water, that's what you can do to use as your dumbbells. If you have like a broomstick, you can use that as your barbell. Just be with us. Go with our flow. If you're an intermediate or a beginner, we still got you. This is a show for everyone. Andy, give me last one. All right, now I want us to jog on the spot. You should feel like I'm panting, because I am panting. And that's a good thing, because we warm up to elevate our heart rate. Why? Because you are moving your heart rate from resting to an anaerobic state. Anaerobic, which means it's a state where now you can move your muscles majorly. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go up. Andy, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're warmed up. We're not going to waste time. We will start with chest legs. Sure. Chest legs, which one?
We'll start with legs.
We start with legs.
Sure.
Now, Andy has to put this. The reason why we've not put them, we need to show you guys how to, these things seem easy, but they are not. So unachukua, you put it in there, and then you lock. Never start weight training without making sure you have the locks and you've locked them.
So safety is important.
Very, very important.
It doesn't matter the bar that you're using, whether it's an Olympic bar,
this is
whichever bar you have. So this is a standard bar. It will always have locks. So make sure that you lock it so that the weights do not swing sideways. And if these weights come off, you're in danger. Now, the squats. This is one of the most basic leg workouts that everyone knows, everyone does. Now, today we are demonstrating with the weights. But as you know, you can as well do it with body weight without having the weights. I am going to use the barbell. So this is the barbell. It has plates. Now I'm explaining this because I also know we are talking to beginners. So it's good to explain. These are barbell. These are weights. These are called plates. Kama sahani.
Literally.
Sure. And these are dumbbells. So both of them can do the same thing. Okay. We just use them interchangeably. Now we have also these. So these are called kettlebells. Kettlebells also can be in the place of this.
All right.
So I'm going to lift it from the floor. But in most cases at the gym, you'll find you have a squat rack.
Yes.
So this bar is going to already be lifted for you.
So what Andy is doing is a barbell back squat. Back because the barbell is on the back.
Yeah.
I'll be doing the squat with dumbbells on the side without complicating the words.
Exactly.
Andy, on your count, I'm ready to go.
Now, look the tempo that I'm
Yes.
going to use.
Yes.
You go all the way down.
Yes.
And you come up.
All right.
Now I want to explain something very important here as we go down.
Yes.
So we have 8 to 12 reps.
8 to 12
Let's
reps.
do anywhere between 8 to 12.
Okay.
So when you are going down and then you come up,
Yes.
you have to maintain that tempo.
Okay.
It's just like counting 4, 3, 2, 1. When you come up, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Now see how deep I go. See? And then you come all the way up. Now,
Right.
key thing again, do not lock your knees. So what happens when you do this? Let me demonstrate that. You go all the way down. Yes, that's correct. You do this. I see that a lot. It's so dangerous. One, because you are putting unnecessary pressure and tension on those kneecaps. And two, you are releasing the tension from your quads. And by so doing, you are not engaging them fully. Now, full range of motion demands that you have to go all the way down, and then you come up. So that is it.
Okay. So that is the barbell back. I was doing the dumbbell to the side.
Yes.
Squat. We did the same thing. We're all squatting. I was all the way down and all the way up, and we're done with that. We move to chest. So Andy, pull this back, or rather, actually pull because we're doing chest.
All right.
So we're going to go to on the ground, and you're good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be doing chest. He's also going to be doing chest. I will be doing flies. I could also press. I will do both.
Yeah.
He will be doing a barbell press, a barbell chest press. Sawa sawa. So I'm going down. All right.
Now, again, at the gym, you're going to find the flat bench. Huh?
Yes, yes, yes. There
You
should be
find
a bench.
A flat bench, an incline bench.
Yes.
So this way it will already be lifted.
It will be lifted. So your job, you've seen guys who are at the gym, they're here, they just wanatoa, they re-rack, it's called re-racking.
Yes.
And then you press and then you put it back. As we don't have that,
Yeah.
Willis will tell us if we can get that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we use what we have.
All right.
Andy, are you ready?
Sure.
So now we will talk as we demonstrate. Andy, me, I'm ready. So I'll get into place. Now let me start with the basic dumbbell press, what Andy is doing, but now with dumbbells. Andy, let's go. So down and all the way up. Look at my elbows. They are not all the way out. They are slightly in, same as Andy's case. Our elbows are in as we try and contract the chest when we come up. So this is the dumbbell press. The dumbbell one, Andy's doing the barbell one. Now I'll switch and do the flies. Andy's still doing that. Look at my flies. And then up. It's like I'm hugging an imaginary friend. And we all know we could use a hug or two. So I'm hugging someone on my way up. On my way down, I'm preparing that hug and opening up the chest. And then up, I give my imaginary friend a hug. The beauty about working on the floor is that you protect your shoulder joints.
Yeah.
Because okay, on the floor, you cannot go any further. Ukifika mwisho, umefika mwisho, I'll do 2 more. And so I'm doing dumbbell flies, he's doing barbell bench press, and I am done with that. Listen, even how you finish the workout really, really depends, because you could do like really, really nice presses, and then on your way up or down, you let go of the weight, and then it tears your pecs or your shoulder joints, or the weight bounces and hits someone else.
Yeah, another key thing for that chest press.
Yes.
When you're down, whether it's on a bench, you must ensure that your back is arched.
Yes.
So I'm sure this is probably not what everyone has seen, but if you look keenly, you'll see that my upper back is on the floor and my glutes are on the floor.
Yes.
But this middle section here, the lower back, is off the floor.
Yes.
So do not put it here.
Do not round your back.
To be here, so that you can be able to engage your chest all the way out.
Let's move to back shoulders.
Yeah.
All right.
So you'll notice we are targeting the main muscle groups that we have.
The major ones.
The major ones.
Yes.
Or what we call the global muscles.
Yes.
Now that is the legs. We've done the chest. Now we're going to back.
Sawa.
Then we'll move on to shoulders.
All right.
So we are going to demonstrate what we call a barbell row. Now, this is a barbell. Those are dumbbells. We can still do the rows using the dumbbells, or you use the barbell.
Okay.
Again, you can as well use the
kettlebells.
The kettlebells. Now, the key thing for this workout is for you to arc your back. You're not rounding it, okay? And whenever you're lifting the weight from the floor, it's important for you to lift it through your legs, especially if the weight is heavy.
Yes.
So you do not lift a weight this way. You can see my back is round, right?
It's very round.
No, that is not what you do. So you have to pull
Chest
in.
Out.
It's like your belly button is.
Yes. So we hinge
outside.
back
Yes.
and then chest out.
Then the chest is out.
Yes.
So you pick the weight.
Okay.
All right, you're here. Now you're rowing. You squeeze at the top. So I have seen this a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of dancing. I think we should leave the dancing to Willis and his team. This is what we mean when we say dancing. We don't want that.
Yes, so you squeeze at the top.
Yes.
Then you release it slowly. Squeeze at the top,
yes.
Release it slowly. Squeeze at the top,
yes.
Release it slowly. Okay?
Yes.
So in your back, we have a number of muscles that you're targeting. We have the rhomboids.
Yes.
Any other?
Infraspinators.
Infraspinators.
Now that we are there.
And we also have the lats. So the
everyone knows about lats.
Yes.
Everyone knows about when I'm doing back, I have to do lats. So what I'd like to add on to that is, he was doing a barbell row, I was doing a dumbbell row. I could change the position.
Yes.
I could do this. I could do this.
Exactly.
I could do this. Sawa, it's all back.
Alternatively, also for me,
yes,
I was holding it in a supinated form. So whenever you're holding anything with your palms facing upwards,
yes, yes,
we call this supination.
Yes.
Whenever you're holding it with your palms facing down,
yes,
this is pronation,
yes,
or a pronated position.
Yes.
Whenever it's here, we call this a neutral position.
Yes.
So one of the ways, what I was doing, I was holding it in a supinated position.
Yes.
You can as well hold it in a pronated position. Still the same thing. Okay. Additionally, you can hold it close.
Yes.
Okay. So it's here. Pull it towards you. Release it. Pull it towards you. Release it.
All right.
Good.
You could bend in like 3 angles.
Yeah.
You could be here and rowing.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
You can still be here and row. And you can still be here. It doesn't matter. You're still doing back. What counts is what part of the back. And turn. So, I mean, you have the back. So you could be targeting lower back, going all the way down. Because a lot of back workouts have, they call them posterior chain workouts. Chain means from here all the way. So back, glutes, hamstring, calves, and nothing else actually, that's all. So if you bend too low, it's mid going down. If you're mid bending, is mid, all right? And if you're up, it's a lot of this up. That's what he was talking about, infraspinators, teres major, teres minor, and then the lower, they're called what? Traps.
The traps.
These are your trap muscles, the lower part of it.
Exactly.
All right,
so we're moving on.
So we've done major muscle groups. Major muscle groups.
Shoulders. We still have shoulders.
We are moving to shoulders.
Good.
Major muscle groups are muscle groups that have more than one muscle. Like the chest has like 2. The second one can be divided into 3. We have back. Back has about 16, 17 muscles. And we have legs, so they are major. Now we are moving into minor muscle groups. The shoulder falls under minor.
Yes.
It's not as minor. There is category 1 of minor and category 2 of minor.
Yes.
So I want us to do shoulders, all right? I'll be doing a press. Will you be doing a press as well?
I can.
All right, sawa. So I'll be doing a press and I'll change it up with front and lateral side raises, and I'll still explain. Remember, we are still moving. We haven't stopped. Sawa. So I'm picking my, actually,
I'm waiting for yours to go.
Let me pick my kettlebell so that they just came to just say hi to Willis. So these are my kettlebells, all right? I'll hold them like this because of the shape. Sawa. So I want to make sure every time you stand, check on your stance, all right?
Stability.
This limits your stability, okay? This together, but it also tells me as the trainer how stable and how strong you are. This, which is shoulder length, sort of puts you in a very stable position. And if you're a beginner, you could always go wider to make sure you're more stable. So I'll stick with mid, or rather shoulder length. Andy, you ready?
Sure.
All right, so we're doing shoulder press. Hey, shoulder press. That is what we are doing. Look at my elbows. They're sleeping. I don't want my elbows to be sleeping. This is what I mean by elbow. If you don't know what an elbow is, they are sleeping. I want them there.
Yeah.
That's 90, about 90, all right? Yeah. When I'm there, trust me, my shoulder is already feeling it, all right? So I'm pressing, hey, I'm pressing up, okay? And then I'll go back to 90 degrees. Andy is doing a barbell. Andy, let's go. I'll not try to kill you. So I'm going up and going down. Remember, relax your neck. This is what I mean. Some people are just here doing this. I don't know what this is. You're using a lot of pressure and putting a lot of pressure on your neck. Just relax them. So that's it. We'd call this a kettlebell shoulder press. If I was doing the dumbbell, it's here. You can tell that this is heavy for me, but I can still use it. Ooh, Andy, that's a good one. Yeah. Sawa. So I'm going to do the front raise with this, and I'll hold this in a neutral. Andy talked about the position of the arms. So for me, neutral would be this, and then down, and this, and then down. Yeah. You could use the plates as well. Sure. Grab the 5 kg plates, and you give me the front.
The front raises.
The front raises.
All right.
All right. So the two of us, we are moving. I'm using dumbbells. Sawa. And that, if it's heavy, like it is, I'm not going to lie to you, I'll use the kettlebell. So I'm raising, and I'm raising. Andy, keep doing that. I need to show something. This is what he's working on. This area. Just this. You can see ameweza kukaa ni kama akona mitaro. Yes, it means his muscles are engaged. That's what you're working on, the front delts. So that's why even the raise is called the front raise. I'd show them my front delts, but I'm wearing a t-shirt. Should have said I wear something to show them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So let's touch on the side delts.
The side delts. Ah, okay.
Kuna mtu ashaniambia armpit is part of the shoulder. Please see me later after the session. We don't have armpits. We have front, we have side, and we have rear.
Yeah.
Andy?
So the side ones, yes. I would start here.
Go.
That's one.
This.
I can also start here.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're working on.
Now the key thing is, as you can see, I'm not trying to put my shoulder in an awkward position.
Yes.
By awkward, I mean, I'm not trying to take it all the way up.
Yes.
Remember, the things that we do in the gym, they're just to mimic how our body moves. Yes. So you cannot be in a position that cannot allow you for full flexion. Yes. We have talked about full range of motion. Yes. It's also important to understand that. And you can see also the tempo. Yes. We are not rushing.
We say
these
dancing.
These are weight training, so it's not dancing.
Tunawachia, Mr. Wabebe.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
So the next thing, I want us to talk about the biceps.
Sawa.
For my guys out there. Yes. Guys who are looking for big guns. Biceps is very important also. It's one of the major muscles on your arms.
Look at his timing.
Yeah.
When we're talking about biceps.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wants to do something. Really. So I know this weight is a little bit heavy, right?
It's very heavy.
It can still do. I'm sure you can still use it.
This one.
Yes.
How heavy is it?
Yes. So
just
I'll quickly explain this. This dancing, please avoid it. Ego training in the gym is the easiest way for you to get an injury. Yeah. If the weight is heavy, kindly just reduce it. Yes. Okay. You're not competing. Yeah. So see how I lift that weight. Okay? This is it. Now you can see the stability. Okay?
Yes.
One very important thing, the final thing that I'm going to talk about in terms of the biceps is what we call the positive and the negative phase. Yeah. The eccentric and the concentric. Okay? So how do you build muscle? The positive phase carries a very small significance. The negative phase is what actually carries a lot. Now, what is the negative phase? When you are bringing it in, contraction.
That's negative.
Okay? This is positive. This is negative. So what happens here is your muscles are contracting. They cannot tear, they cannot damage. But when you're here, they're elongating, so they get damaged. Muscle damage is not a bad term. It's an amazing term. The only way you build your muscles, they have to get damaged. Then the protein comes in, builds those muscle fibers. And then now the muscle grows in girth and also in length. Now you build muscle.
So another thing that I wanted to ask, because I've seen umekataa kwanza watu wasi.
What was dance?
Yes.
What was dance kwa show yako?
What was dance?
Yes.
But then there's like whenever you are squatting, I also realize that the count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Right. So, is there? I hear phrases like hold, squeeze, squeeze at the top.
Nice.
What are those for?
Yeah. So, the same principle applies even for your legs. So we are putting a lot in terms of the negative face. So when you are coming here, your muscles are elongating. So this is the negative face. So you have, just mentally, just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, you're down. 1, 2, you come up. That is the positive face. Muscle damage is only going to happen when the muscles are contracting. Squeezing at the top, very important also. There's this dancing here. You are not squeezing. You are pushing with a lot of momentum. So there's limited time on tension. There's also limited pressure and stress on the muscles. The more you stress your muscle, the more it gets damaged, and the more you build it. And it applies for both ladies and also for men.
And the gentlemen.
Yes.
All right, so squeezing at the top is good. Another thing that I see people do is, and a lot has been talked about it, is the breathing.
Yeah.
You're lifting.
Yes.
So is it or
The negative, positive he's talking about,
yes,
that helps in guiding how you breathe.
Okay.
Let me not even use negative and positive. Let me use very basic words. Whenever because for every workout, there's an easier move and the hard move. That's the negative and the positive, all right? So the easier move I'll demonstrate is when you breathe in. When it's hard is when you exhale. Take squatting. When we go down without even squatting, it becomes easy because gravity is acting on us. You can actually just drop, right? So when I go down, I inhale. When I come up, I exhale. It doesn't matter what weight.
So do you inhale and hold like?
No. Holding your breath is not really recommended because you see, when your muscles are moving, they require oxygen. That's why we get sore. Why do we get sore? We get sore because the rate at which the muscle needs oxygen is so high and we only have one nose and maybe one mouth. So ile yenye unapumua ni kidogo than ile yenye muscle inahitaji, and because you're constantly tearing the muscle, as he's saying, you build up lactic acid. All right? To every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you're tearing it, it needs oxygen and you're not giving it oxygen, the opposite reaction, it will build up lactic acid, all right? So that's why you're encouraged to breathe in as much. People think they breathe. Me, I say intentionally breathe in, intentionally exhale. So if it's the squat, this is a goblet, right? So you're in the right position and whatnot. So I will inhale, and then when I come up,
you exhale.
That's very fine. Actually, when you exhale, you create more room for more oxygen. And you're also exhaling as much CO2 as you can.
And to create that vivid picture, it's what I was telling you to do. The burpees.
Yes.
You know, when you're doing burpees, you're between breathing. It's mostly hyperventilation. Okay? So you have to have a very controlled kind of breathing. The way he's saying, it has to be intentional. Most people struggle with the burpees because your breathing is not uniform. So you're just dropping and coming up, breathing. You know, it has to be uniform. When you're, just assume, for instance, when you are submerged in water, like you're swimming in a swimming pool. When you get in, you're going to hold your breath. When you get out, you breathe out.
It's intentional breathing.
So it has to be intentional. You're going down, you breathe in to supply oxygen. And then you come up, you exhale out.
Okay. Another famous word I hear whenever we are lifting weights, tighten your core.
Last time we explained the core, and we were saying the core is like the engine of everything. All power comes from the core. A weak core is going to lead to you not being able to lift heavy. So the same thing when you have a lot of abdominal fat, it compromises the strength that you have in your core. So you'll find at that position, you're not able to lift heavy. But it doesn't mean that forever you'll not be able to lift heavy. When you work on your core, it becomes more stronger. So whenever you're going down, you know, you tighten the core and then you come up. And actually, without even, because we have also said, there's nothing like sport training. So you cannot be able to just go to the gym and target a particular muscle and say, I just want to work on the core. No. Even when you're doing these squats, they are touching on your core. And the core is not just explained as this part here, okay? Where's the other part of the core?
Oh, the core is all round. That's here, here, part of your glutes, part of your thighs. Part of your glutes. Part of your glutes is part of your So every time you're working on
the
core,
gluteus maximus.
Yes,
maximus,
those ones.
medialis.
Yes.
So when you're working on your core, you really have to also be intentional. I think a lot of these things we're talking about is intentional. And that's why you need a program and or a trainer. You don't need necessarily to have a trainer, but you need to be intentional about what you're doing. Even when you could dance, or just because you saw something on whatever platform, YouTube you saw it, or you saw Willis dancing, and you thought you have to be really intentional. And that's the difference between mtu anakuwa kwa gym 1 year, wawili wako 1 year, kuna mwenye akona change na kuna mwenye hana change. We assuming we are all eating right, because that's also part of it. But because of this dancing, the things we're talking about, you're not engaging. If it's the core, una neglect, unafanyanga sit-ups, and you want to see all the packs forming, that cannot happen, because it's not just sit-ups just targets the upper core. Mid umeachia nani, obliques umeachia nani, lower back umeachia nani, glutes umeachia nani, frontal part of your thighs, right? But at the gym, it's a whole thing. And that's why I keep saying
the anatomy.
Abs are for models. They need them. And Andy, abs are for models. And Andy, the rest of us, we need strong cores, because that's where it starts from. So it's you get your kitambi and you make it strong, and then it starts working for you. You don't have to be doing sit-ups and crunches every other day. You can get abs by just doing squats if you engage the core.
Everything has to be intentional. Just the same way she's explained. You know, everything you do in the gym, including the dance, the Zumba dance. You've heard of Zumba, you've heard of Zuka. You know, the way, it's not just about guys going to the gym and just moving around. Even when they're doing the Zumba dance, it's very intentional. You look at it, there's uniformity. They are targeting some particular muscles, okay? That is why they do what they do. So intent should be at the back of your mind. And also understanding that muscle is, we're not working out body parts. We've explained this before, okay? We are working out muscle, specific muscle groups. And if you understand muscles from the perspective of these are small fibers that come together to form, you know, now what we call the muscle, and protein inside, you heard of things like myoglobin and all those big terms, you know.
So we shall come back and visit myoglobin.
So what we try to do, Asko and Andy, we are just trying to break down the science behind fitness to a language that someone, any ordinary person can be able to understand. Because fitness is science. This is not an art, okay? And it has set facts that you cannot dispute. And there are also a lot of things that are happening even right now in terms of research. They are still researching on so much. So we keep on trying to also get knowledge so that you can be able to impact the people that you're training. It's not just dropping down and dropping up, dropping down and dropping up. It's one of those things that can lead to a lot of injury at the gym. We say, I mean, a gym is not just every other facility that you walk in and you walk out. That's safety. Even if you do not have a personal trainer or something, you still need to exercise a lot of safety. Because yes, you can watch on YouTube and see what people are doing, but without knowing from at the back of the mind that you need to exercise safety on every other thing that you're doing, all these weights, they can cause damage, they can cause injury.
All right, well, I want us to do, rather, I want us. I want you.
I was excited for a minute, because I thought it was an us kind of thing.
I want you to walk us through the next set of, you know, weight training. Today is about weight training, so if you have any questions, I think one of the most misunderstood parts of the gym is weight training. That's why you see some guys, they have what they call an academic angle. I'm saying one
part is
I'm Aja. It's not the same. But is it true, before we start the next set, that you will always have like a weaker side in terms of left to right? And then how do you work that out? You could find that I can easily do 10 kgs, but lakini hii ingine ina strong. So how do I make sure that both of them are getting?
Naturally, we all have a weaker muscle. Okay, we have pairs. Mostly we have pairs of every other thing, okay, mostly. So you have the left and the right part. You will find, because you mostly engage, if I'm right-handed, for instance, I mostly engage my right hand. So in most cases, you'll find my left hand struggling, okay? But now, when you go to the gym, at the back of your mind, you need to know that you have to work on what we call your weaknesses, so that you make them your strength. By the time this hand reaches to become as strong as this, I mean, I have to work on it. So if I am doing, for instance, let me explain using this.
They're not balanced, though?
Yes, they're not, and that is good. So I'm telling myself, you know, my left hand is normally the weakest. So I'm going to put here a heavier weight.
Yes.
I put here lightweight now. You'll never do it.
Yeah.
You'll never do it. If this is 10 kgs, this has to be 10 kgs.
Yeah.
That is rule number 1. Rule number 2, if this is 10 reps,
Yes.
this has to be 10 reps.
Oh, you don't ongeza for the
No.
Remember, we are talking about time and attention that you have to put all those muscles, and it has to share equally. So you cannot say, I'm going to do here 15, then I do here 10. Or because this is my weaker hand, I'm going to put here, I do here 15, I do 5 reps here. And then this one is going to meet this one halfway. No, it won't. You have to balance. Okay. If you do 10 here, you do 10 here. The more you do it, the more this hand also gets stronger.
Yes.
It will just balance out. It's just the same way if you have a left ear problem. You'll find yourself, you know,
leaning to one side.
because our ears also help us to balance. The same way when she was explaining your stability, if your left foot is weak and your right foot is stronger, you can't now be on this position. You have to ensure that both of them are at the same time. Or you can't elevate this one and then this one is declined. Or you elevate this one and then this one is... No. Whatever you do on the left, you have to do it on the right. The guys you see sometimes with one left chest too big and the other side, I totally understand, because in the ghetto sometimes, and this is where almost all of us started, we used to improvise the weights.
Yes.
So unachukua zile
Simiti.
Unaweka.
then
Yes.
haujapima. So one side is heavier than the other side, and you keep on. But the beauty of fitness is the companies that make all these weights, they ensure that when they write here 5,
it's 5.
it is 5, not 5.1. Okay? And they'll start from the, even this one is heavy. You go to the gym, you'll find a 0.5.
And it's
They
0.5.
start from 0.5.
Yeah.
So
And you can start from there.
you start from there. You don't need to go heavy for you to build muscle. No. Remember, it's the more stress you put on the muscle that is going to make it damaged, and it's going to make it grow. It's not about the heavy lifting. But I know for men, there's all this you know, because our gyms are unisex, right?
Yes, they are.
So you see, there are also ladies around.
So you're dying on the inside. To also help with that, which also, your side moja ni kubwa kuliko ingine, it also affects your coordination. I advise people to start with the weak side.
Yes.
It could be left, it could be right. Reason is he's saying if it's 10, it's 10. If you start with left, for me my weaker side is left, but it's no longer weak. Whatever left can do actually, tunangangana, because that's when you start introducing the concept of unilateral workouts. Kama ni side, ijitegeme, and then side, ijitegeme. Now when I do whatever it is I'm doing with this, all right? So if I'm doing the curl, it's my weak side, sawa? So if I do, and it gets to 8, this cannot do 8.5. It also does 8. We're trying to balance it out. So for coordination purposes and for the weak side purposes, and you want to strengthen that, always start with the weaker side, and then ingine ifanye the reps. So the weaker side will determine the number of reps you're doing. And pole pole utaona, if it was doing 8, now it's doing 10. It's also about being patient, all right? And you know you're putting in the work, so also you're patient. So and then kidogo kidogo you start realizing, it's even doing 15, and then this one. So utakuwa na hiyo.
And I'm sure you've also heard of isolation.
Yes.
You've heard of isolation. So that is exactly what she's explained in terms of unilateral workouts. So like for instance, if I'm doing single, rows for the back, I have to isolate it. Okay? The same posture I'm using here, if I take it this way, I'm isolating this, the half of my back. Okay? And then I'll come also this side, and I isolate the other half. So you'll realize the same tension you put on the right, the same tension you put on the right, on the left. So eventually, within a period of time, they'll meet. That is why she's saying,
Okay, we have a few more minutes up, so you can go ahead. You can go ahead and do it.
Again.
And then I will one day. Do not lose hope, Kenyans. One day. You shall see me at a minute. Hey ho. Hey ho. For now, niko na trainer wangu.
Hapa hivi kando.
Anaitwa Ibra.
Sawa. I want us to do triceps. We've done chest.
Tricep.
We've done back. We've done shoulders, biceps. So let's do triceps.
Sure.
Where are you?
I'll use that.
You'll use this?
Yeah.
I want us, because we've just concluded the conversation about unilateral or singular workouts. So as Andy is doing that, I think he wants to show off. So he's adding on weight. I'll be doing a reverse tricep extension. Now, he was talking about the grips. Sawa. Again, posture. I lift my elbow and upper arm up, and then I fully, let me face this side. I fully extend back. This is a neutral grip, all right? So I'm fully extending, and then I'm in, I'm fully extending, and I'm in. When I talk about reverse, I'll hold it like that. Supination, as he was talking about, unashika hivi. So I'll hold it like this. Okay, this side is longer. So I'm extending, and I'm here, and I'm extending. Andy, what are you doing? You're doing the same thing?
Holding it in a neutral.
So that's neutral. Me, I'm doing a reverse. And again, don't be doing these dombolo things. Please be intentional. Contract the muscle at the top. Yeah. All right?
So the
Doesn't
only
matter.
part that is moving actually is the
tricep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I promise you I'd show them mine.
Yes.
But I'm in a t-shirt. You know, next time it's vest. It's fine. Yeah. Let's change sides. I'm in neutral. All right? And because of time, Andy, as he keeps doing that, I'll do another tricep workout, and I'll do an overhead. I'll go down. I'll explain why I'm going down. This is an overhead extension. Overhead, why? We are literally over our heads. So Andy is working on tri. I'm also working on my tri, all right? So if I'm to face this side, my knee is down. I'm doing this. Why am I on one knee? I could also change it. I'm on one knee because I'm trying to minimize motion, all right? If I'm here, I could easily dance when I get tired. But when I'm here, sorry, I was on this side, I can't really do that. And my tricep have to depend on themselves. Look at my elbow, it's not dancing around, it's going down and up. So I could also put both knees down. Remember, this could also come at the expense of your back. Don't arc your back in, make sure you're stable. Andy, that's tricep for me?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you were doing the standing overhead, eh?
Yes,
all right,
I wasn't dancing. I know you weren't looking, but I wasn't dancing. Another muscle. Now, there are some muscles in the gym that we really neglect. Huh?
Yes.
And one of them is the calf.
Oh, yeah.
The calf muscle.
Yeah.
What we refer to as gwembe.
As gwembe?
Yes. So, this is one of those muscles that people go to the gym, they train. Lakini wanasema, this one has no purpose.
Especially girls, at least sitaki mazugwembe. Sitaki mazugwembe.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that you have to work on. Huh?
Yes.
Now, I want to demonstrate using the barbell.
Okay.
I don't know which one you'll use.
I'll use the kettlebell.
Okay.
We're working on the calves, eh?
Yes, on the calves. We are going to make it elevated.
Okay.
For us to be able to have a full range of motion. Okay. Now, even without the weight. Okay. See, if I'm stepping on this with my toes and I'm just lifting, it's also getting engaged. Yes. Okay? Now, the key thing for this workout is the time that you spend and attention. Yes. Now, I have seen this.
Dancing the Willis.
Okay. This one, you're not doing anything. You aren't doing anything. No way. So, all right. The weight is here. Okay? Yeah, safety. Thank you. Now, another thing, don't put your legs so far apart. Bring them at shoulder length. So you're here. Now, when you go up, hold it. 1, 2, release it down. Yes. Hold it. 1, 2, release it down. Hold it. 1, 2, release it down. So you'll realize you're putting a lot of tension on that particular part of the muscle. Again, your knees are bent just a little. Slightly. Just slightly bent so that you can be able to have that tension going all the way to your hip flexors, because the leg starts from there all the way to the ankles, okay? Okay. So you do it slowly and intentionally.
All right.
You can use this barbell, you can use the dumbbells, you can use the kettlebells. All of them work the same. Give me 2. 1 and 2.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's doing a barbell calf raises.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm doing a kettlebell calf raises. These are the second part of the minor muscles.
Yes.
Because shoulder and calf, they're all minor muscles, but shoulder is bigger than calf.
Yeah.
Calf tumesema ni sgwembe. Hapo kuna, if it's the scientific terms, there's the soleus, there's the gastrocnemius.
Yes.
Yes.
All those.
Yes. So we've done the the calves. I know Willis ameandika pahali because
Amesikia cinema.
So we've done that.
Yeah.
Another smaller muscle group, shrugs. Actually, that's a workout. Sorry.
Traps.
Traps. Andy Tan.
Okay.
Again, I'm in a t-shirt. Next time, can you tell me to dress appropriately? These are your traps. So now anakaa ni kama amefura, we need to go for a scan or something like that. These are your traps. Now, just turn, thank you. Now for the traps, you can actually, they get targeted when we are rowing, when we are doing lat pull downs at the gym, when one arm dumbbell row. A lot of the times you're picking, it's like the quads, eh? They're just in the way. So you don't give them a lot of attention. They grow, but if now you want to sort of look balanced, because that's all, fitness is all about looking balanced, all right? If you want to look balanced, you have to work them. They're called the traps. Ziko hapa, and they do extend, again, sorry, they do extend to the back. Traps haziko tu hapa. You people who tell me traps atini hapa tu juu, no. They do extend to the back. All right, so I'll be doing, I don't need this.
The trapezius. So I'm here, I'll use the barbell.
Yeah, you'll use the barbells. Okay. Let's remove this for you. So I'll be doing with the kettlebells. I don't think I have time to put the dumbbells together. What is the key thing when you're doing traps, all right? They're such a small muscle group, they don't need you to be dancing. Show us the Willis dancing thing. There we go. They don't need you to be doing this. There is nothing you're doing. As a matter of fact, you're just fatiguing your body. They need you. Let's show them what Willis should be doing. So up, and then down, and you contract, and I'll join Andy, and down, and you contract. So it's up, you just lift, and you squeeze up, and you hold. Again, I hope the camera is on me. Please don't do this. You know when they, when they round their back, please don't do this. This is a massage, you're massaging yourself. We are not looking into this. So it's up, you squeeze it up.
And also look at the elbows.
Yes.
We are not.
Yeah, the elbows are not moving, they're not jerking back, right? Everything is nice and straight.
Arm.
Go up, squeeze it,
go down.
and come down. Up, squeeze it, and come down. Now this one, I advise you do to failure, all right? Make sure the squeeze is intentional, all right? Actually, you take even 500 ml bottles of water and just do this. And you make sure you squeeze for like 3-4 seconds, and then you release. Tell me if you can get to 20. Now CBA, all right? So it's just up, squeeze, and go. Trust me, my traps right now, they're on fire, and my weight is nearly half of what Andy is doing. Andy, that's my traps.
Actually, I really worked out using the jerry cans, huh? The 20 liters.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yes.
At home, you can just use the, if you can lift the 20, because in most cases, hata watu wenye wanaenda mtoni, normally we use 20 liters jerry cans, okay?
Yes.
So you can put in water. You don't need to, you don't need to have, as long as the left side and the right side is balanced.
Yes.
Because remember what we just explained here, the left and the right side, okay?
Yes.
So you ensure that both of them are balanced, and then you bring it down.
We have adductors, abductors. We've talked about so many muscle groups. We're finishing with adductors and abductors. These are your adductors. These are your abductors. That we can even do without body weights because they are so minor. They move, all right? So, Andy, what are you doing? The side lunge?
I can use a weight.
You can use weight. Use that. You're doing the side lunge?
I'm doing the side lunge, yes.
I'll do this. Different workouts, same muscle groups. Andy, let's go. So I'm lifting up and then going down. I'm controlling. You know, I could easily be doing this, but there's nothing I'm doing, all right? So when I go out, I'm working on the abductors, the outer thigh, quote unquote. When I come in, the negative, positive face Andy was talking about, I'm controlling it because look at this. This is hard. When I come in, because of gravity, I could easily just drop that, all right? So I have to be intentional about controlling that motion so that I also get the adductor And this also affects the glutes. Trust me, my gluteus maximus, yenye iko chini, the below one, oh, it's really feeling it. And me and Andy are doing the same workout. Sorry, we're targeting the same muscle group, just different workouts. Oh, Andy.
Yeah, and actually,
yes,
you can use, now this is what we call a goblet. Huh?
Yes.
A goblet, either you're using a dumbbell.
Yes.
You can as well use a kettlebell.
Yes.
Still the same principle.
Yes.
Now, the taller you are, like Willis, the more distance between your legs, okay?
Yes, please.
So that you can give it a full range of motion, okay?
Yes.
And avoid leaning forward. You're putting unnecessary pressure and tension on your lower back.
Okay.
And the lower back is one of those, lower back injuries are one of those injuries that are so painful.
Yes.
If you talk to people who've had back issues, it always starts from here, and it's so dangerous to do. So it's important for you to be in the right posture, the right form, and everything just falls in place.
Everything will be good.
How was your workout, Willis?
My workout was good. I have taken notes about Afro cinema, Emi cinema, all the cinema.
Broccoli,
Hey,
goborians, omega.
Abductor, extraductor. But anyway, those are very important things. I guess the long and short of what we've learned today as well, apart from right form, posture, and all that, how to do them, is that I guess you also have to have quite a knowledge of some of these things, and that's why I think having a trainer is important.
Yes.
Yes.
So one trainer anazokuwa kutupanisha mbao. Give me 5.
Yeah.
Go. Na anakuambia good job. Ati tunafanya ni hit. So lazima uweke haraka.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'd like to say thank you so much, but we'd like to find out where people can reach you and tap into this reservoir of knowledge that you have.
All right, they can find me at Score Fitness. The hashtag is always hey keep moving, or they can find me with Andy. Yes. At Score Fitness.
Finesse or fitness?
Finesse.
Finesse.
Yes.
Hivyo vile imeandikwa hapo.
Hivyo venye tu imeandikwa. I wear myself.
Very well. Very good. At Score Finesse.
Yes.
And Andy?
Body Justice Fitness KE on Facebook. Andy_Buffy on Instagram.
How do you spell Buffy?
Buffy is BUFFY.
Okay.
Andy_Buffy. You'll get me on Instagram. If you ask Scoff, you'll definitely.
Yeah. So either way, mnaweza patana.
Yes.
Through there.
If you see one, you see the other.
You see the other. But that's amazing. I like to say it's been quite informative, and I hope that people who are at home have learned as well. If you have weights next time you walk into the gym, or even tomorrow, today, depending on the time you go to the gym, if you walk in at least now, you know, mimi takeaway yangu ilikuwa 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
1, 2, 1, 2.
At least
That's good.
Juu zile vitu nilikuwa nafanya kitambo kabla nionekaniwe ni roho ya fitness.
Yeah.
Ama ya finesse.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for bringing your weights all through, and we hope that you have learned something as well. Remember, you can follow at Scofiness, at Andy_Buffy on Instagram, or Body Justice KE, right?
Yes.
On Facebook as well. So even though itakuwa, and also you can follow me at Willis Raburu to connect you to them. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Those are the 2 places utanipata. Hiyo design. Mungu abariki sana. Jana vile ilifanyika, wale watu walikuwa wanasema oh man you lost. You see, when you're at the top, when you're top 2, you can either be the king or the kingmaker. In the words of Solemn Doe, tafakari haya.